Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about models of teaching and we'll see what are these models of teaching and who came up with this concept of models of teaching and how they can be beneficial for teaching learning process. Now, model of teaching can be used to design face-to-face teaching in classrooms or tutorial settings to shape instructional materials, including books, films, and computer media-led programs, and curricula and long-term courses of study, according to Joyce, Weil, and Shaw's. So, according to them, it is a model, or this is a concept which can be used to design face-to-face teaching in classrooms. So if you have to go about designing your interaction with the students, you can make use of the model of teaching. Now, what are the characteristics of models of teaching? Now, models of teaching, they follow a systematic procedure. So if you see each of the models which we'll be studying, a part of it which we have already started with. So if you see that it has a systematic procedure, it will follow certain steps which you have to do in order to move ahead. There is a criteria of performance. Okay, every activity that you do, you have to abide by the criteria that is laid down by the given model. And there is a specification of environment as well. So in order to carry out or make use of any one of the models of teaching, you need to develop that particular kind of environment in your classroom, and you need to be very specific about that, without which the model or the chosen model cannot be worked out. Then strategies of teaching. There are several strategies of teaching which are used in different models that we'll be discussing in the upcoming lectures. So each model has its own specific strategy of transaction of the content and presenting appropriate experiences. So this is again the fifth characteristics of model of teaching, which says that each model of under these models of teaching is of the opinion that you have to provide the students with appropriate experiences using which they will learn. Okay, so as a teacher, your responsibility is to present an appropriate experience to them. Now, in the previous lecture, we were discussing about the assumptions of inquiry training model, but I realized that it is important for us to know what basically is a model of teaching. Okay, so there are certain assumptions for models of teaching as well, which includes all the models that we'll be discussing in the future. The first one is teaching is the creation of appropriate environment. So if you want teaching to happen, it's important that you create an appropriate environment for your students. Content, skills, instructional roles, social relationships, types of activities, physical qualities, and their use all form an environmental system whose parts interact with each other to constrain the behavior of all participants, teachers, as well as the students. So it's very important that you focus on the content that you teach, the skills that you are planning to develop, the instructional roles that you will play, the social relationship that you would create in the classroom, the type of activities that you will conduct, physical qualities that you're focusing on, and how you can make use of it and form an environmental system which can contribute to the learning, the teaching and learning process, and can also play a major role in how would the participants, that is the teacher as well as the students, can make use of. Moving ahead, various combinations of the different elements of the environment create different types of environments and elicit different outcomes. So when you combine all these things in different ways and different forms, it will create a different environment for your students in the classroom, which will definitely elicit different outcome. Now, models of teaching create environment. They provide rough specification for classroom environment and the classroom teaching. So models of teaching, basically their idea is to create a specific environment or a specific environment to provide a particular experience to the children. So if you have an interest in any of the models of teaching, some will be discussed in the upcoming lectures as well. They will help you to create that environment in classroom, and you can choose which model to make use of depending on what kind of environment you would like to create. Now there is again very important aspect that is associated with models of teaching, that is there are the elements of a teaching model. So like every model that we'll be discussing in the upcoming lectures will have certain elements which we as teachers have to focus on before planning a particular lecture. The first one is the focus. Now focus is nothing but the central intent of the model, and focal components revolve around the main objective of the model. Now what is your major objective, and why you are making use of this model is the focus, as in what topic or what content would you like to deliver would be the focus of that model. Syntax would describe the model's structure and includes the sequence of steps involved in the organization of models. So each model will have different steps which will be a part of the model. So syntax would involve all those steps and basically the entire structure of the steps which are a part of the model. Third one is the principles of reaction, which tells the teacher how to regard the learner and how to respond to what the learner does during the use of a model. Okay, so it's very important that principles of reaction we also need to take care of, because it will tell you how you have to handle the learner and how you are supposed to respond to the learner while you are making use of the model in the classroom. Next is the social system, which talks about the interactions between students and teacher, as each model is viewed as if it were a mini society. So it's very important that each model, when you choose to make use of any model, for example an inquiry training model, it's important that you consider it as a mini society, and the members of the society are your students and you. So your social relationship, your interactions would be covered or would be prescribed in this particular element, that is the social system. Next one is the support system, which defines the supporting conditions required to implement the model successfully. So what would you need in order to make use of this model in your classroom for a given topic is what support system will include. And the last one is the application, which is the utility of the model as it can be transferred to other situations. So which are the ways by which you can make use of this model would be covered in the application element, which talks about how this model can be utilized or how this can be transferred or made use of in another situation. So these were some of the points or these were some of the elements of teaching model. Now apart from elements, there are several functions to it as well. The first function of models of teaching, okay, this is very common. This is common for all the models that we'll be discussing. So the first one is designing of curriculum or course of study. So these models of teaching help you to design a curriculum or design your content or the entire course of study in a very systematic manner. It also helps in developing development and selection of instructional materials, because if you are making use of any of these models, you are actually thinking about how you'll go about that topic or what are the steps of procedure that you would follow while teaching the topic. So you have to decide on what instructional materials. So in a way it helps you to select the instructional materials and also develop them as per your need. Guiding the teacher's activities in a teaching learning situation. This is another function of models of teaching, because it helps the teacher to guide his or her instructions, because a guided instruction is something which results or which gives good results or better outcomes. So it also guides the teacher in designing the activities. Now, since we have discussed about the different elements and functions of teaching, let us also see how these models of teachings are classified. Bruce Joyce and Marcia Weil in 1985 have classified the teaching models into 4 families. Okay, so we will be discussing in our syllabus only one of these families. So those 4 families are the social family, which again include various models of teaching, the information processing family, third one is the personal family, and the fourth one is the behavioral systems family. So inquiry training model or the inductive thinking model and concept attainment model, they are a part of the information processing family. Likewise, there are different models of teaching in the social family as well, the personal family and also the behavioral systems family. So this was all about the models of teaching. What is the concept of model of teaching? What is the importance of it? How does it help in making our instructions more appropriate, more systematic? We have also seen the different elements like focus, syntax, principles of reaction. We have also seen the social system and the support system and application, which will be common for all the models that we'll be discussing in the upcoming lectures. We have also seen some of its functions or how it helps the teacher in designing the teaching learning process. So we'll continue discussing the inquiry training model in the next lecture. Thank you.